Well, this is, I have to confess, this is one of those days, right? In fact, it's probably the day that ministers, pastors, religious leaders feel the pressure to have a really important and great message for you, especially this year. Especially this year. I know people are feeling the pressure of either live stream or having to record something, Facebook Live, all of that technology that suddenly we're using, because, things are different. Feeling the pressure. So I'm going to go with the tried and true, and I'm going to start with a joke. Well, it's not actually really a joke. It's not tremendously funny, but a few weeks back, it feels like years, but a few weeks back, just as this was starting, one of our world leaders suggested that he hoped this would all be over by Easter. That the quarantine would be over, everyone would be outside celebrating Easter, we'd all have gone back to normal and things would be just fine and dandy. And we wouldn't be in our homes anymore, we'd be out celebrating. At which point somebody suggested that that's actually really super appropriate because even Jesus wouldn't stay inside. As we're still in our homes now, that's not really as funny as it might have been. But it's also not the point. It's also not the point. Jesus isn't in the tomb anymore because he's outside playing and celebrating Easter. It's because love wins. The tomb is empty because love wins. For all of the story that we walked through last week and the story of Good Friday, love wins. And you don't have to be outside playing to know that. Little Easters have been happening for weeks now. Little Easters. Moments when it would have been easy for people to forget others, to not think of anyone but themselves, to be unkind. There were moments when that could have happened and it didn't, because people were kind, people were loving. They found new ways to do it. Things are different. When this is all over, we won't go back to the way things were. There won't be normal. There'll be new. There'll be new life, just like Easter. That's the point. But it's not just about a day. It's about every day. Every moment when love overcomes hate. Every moment when love and kindness reach out and do something for someone else. Every moment when love overcomes the desire to just think about ourselves. Little Easters are happening everywhere. All the time. Because that's what Easter's about. Please have eggs and chocolate and bunnies. Please celebrate with a big meal. Please share with family and friends as best we can. Finding new ways to do that, because that connection is important. That's what it's about. But that connection isn't just physical. It's about love. And that's the point of the tomb. That's the point of Jesus. Jesus is alive in you and me. Love is alive in you and me. I'm sticking with the tried and true this morning because I'm trying to be brief, but also I want to quote somebody famous and important. And the thing is, I think, as I said at the beginning, sometimes at this time of year, especially on this day, pastors and ministers feel the pressure. But when you're a pastor or a minister who's retired and you suddenly have a life again, and you have all the time to wonder and think, you can say awesome and amazing things. And so I just want to share a few words with you from the Reverend Alan Richards. And he shared this on his Facebook page earlier, I think yesterday. And here's Robin struggling with the technology, trying to find his page. There he is. This is what Alan wrote. For me, Easter is about love. Love that can't be nailed down and refuses to be shut away. Love that is open, encouraging, gutsy, compassionate, creative. Love that is resilient. Love that is bold. Love that shows up in the most surprising people and places. In people who love or who are loved, and maybe both. So I'm wishing you a blessed and happy Easter, especially now. It would be so easy to forget Easter when we can't celebrate it in the traditional way. But that wouldn't be celebrating Easter, because Easter is love. And however you can show some love today, Jesus is alive in you and in that love. When this is all over, when we've gotten past for now, remember that Easter needs to be as alive as Jesus every day. Share some love. Happy Easter.